Not a Billy vote.
Welcome everybody to the second tribal council of the season. This is not TTC. This is SS, and if you do not like SS, you may be going overboard of the ship very soon. But as you guys have lost the second challenge in a row thus far, baby, at this point, what's actually let's before we get to that, minor, you won the individual challenge. You have immunity this round. I bet that's very relieving for you. So, but you still have a vote at the end of the day. You still have to make sure that you're on the right side of the vote. So, for one, how's it feel to have that immunity? And two, do you feel like you're in the right side of the votes?
Um, it feels nice. Because I can go home. So I like that. I think so. I hope so. Well, I gathered, I think I'm doing what everyone told me.
I'm sorry. It took an oddly longer time than usual for Pete seems very invested in the CTC tribal that's going on and the antics going on that side of things. But don't worry, we have our own excitement going on because Friday night is something that is exactly happening. Zach, is there any theories going around as to what that can be?
Gee, you think you're slick. It's a swap. Like, mathematically, it's way too fucking early for a merge, unless you guys are cracked. Because you guys did make us do a one world with how many people? 16 to begin the game? So, yeah, no, that's a lot of people. So it could be a merge, but I don't think so. Or you know what? It could be something spicy like a double. I don't know how that would work. But I don't know. You guys are crackheads. Those are my personal theories.
We are crackheads. Apparently that is our brand now, just as crackheads. Crystal meth, that sniff, that Mary Jane, that marriage minch. But Pete, obviously, as for people who are under the influence of substance abuse, there's clearly some people who may at this point in the game, now having to have gone to multiple tribal councils in a row, paranoia may start to rise. Their priorities may shift as to what their plans were before. How do you think there is a shift? Like there's a change in philosophy from the first tribal to this tribal?
First and foremost, Brian's in a tie vote in CTC. Shout out bestie Spellbound Prod. Hope you survive. I think he's up against Dominique. I don't know who that is, but good luck, Brian. We love you. What was the question? Is there a shift in thinking from the last vote? Let's see. I think the last vote was like about like, who's just integrating themselves with the tribe really good. And I feel like there's a couple ways to do that socially, are you fighting hard in challenges, activity and all that stuff. So, I mean, I feel like it's a theme that like will be present. Sure. I guess like the same thinking, but also more thinking, all the thinking, everyone's individual thinking and where that can line up. Yeah.
All right, but so as far as the game is concerned right now, like Pete is saying, we need to make sure that you line up, you are on the same agenda, you are mirroring the actions with your votes with the people whom you trust the most. So Jake, I mean, obviously we're talking about the twin twist with Sunshine having been voted off technically, whether it be on this tribe or the opposite tribe. Somebody's twin is gone from the game, meaning they aren't faced with the, for lack of a better word, the handicap of having to collaborate with someone or to work with someone and to guarantee you'll have a vote, so to speak. So in this instance, you kind of want that same urgency, or for other allies in the game to feel that sort of urgency, like I need to be on the same side as Jake, I need to be on the same side as Meyer, I need to be on the same page as Pete. So how do you feel like you could do that at this point? You've already attended a tribal council. How can you reaffirm and solidify those relationships for this
round? So I have bad Wi-Fi, so if I cut out, I'm sorry. But I think, I think every tribal council, at least at the beginning, is a building block to something bigger. So I think, people who want to work together at one vote. If you keep building off of that, you're going to build something great for when the time that a swap or a merge does come. You have a proven track record of working with the people that you've been with that you can go into the merge with or a swap with. So I look at this like, this is our second tribal council. Let's keep building from the first. And, you know, when it comes to the point where the game's going to swap eventually, we're not going to have, this ain't the final 7. So, you know, it's all about building those relationships whenever you're faced with like outsiders from the other tribe come in, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does make sense. You know, if the thing that's impending this upcoming Friday is a swap, not only do you want to make sure that you are in good rapport with the remaining people on this tribe, but there have been a couple opportunities for you to communicate with people on the opposite tribe as well, making sure that you're on your reputation in this game is as positive and you keep it as positive as possible. But by doing so, it's also not only dependent on how you conduct yourself and how you choose to foster these specific relationships, but how you conduct yourself in a public setting. Tanner, do you think there's harmony on this tribe? Do you think it's been very calm lately? Do you think it's been very friendly and amicable for other people?
I think some people have been reaching out to me and asked how I'm doing, but I don't think there has been much on my end. I think it's just people talking.
Just people talking. That's very interesting here.
Yeah.
Because of this, actually, what Tanner is saying is actually true. Not really getting all that much input that may be indicative of where at least some of the dynamics are lay, so to speak. So final question, Mac, there is obviously the twin twist as well, but also the idol system, very elaborate, like a labyrinth of things you had to search and navigate from. But get a message that's kind of dumb, but don't mind me. But at this point, there is now another forum, another opportunity, a platform where you can start collaborating with somebody in this game, that where you get to actually have a consistent conversation with that person. Let's compare idle guesses. Let's compare Rip Brian out of CTC. Let's compare idle guesses. Let's compare what the whereabouts of certain items or certain advantages are right now at this point. Do you think that there may be an advantage in play sometime soon? And if not, how long do you think it will take?
First of all, shout out to my production members, Jeremy and Mikey Ruby. Second of all, this idol system is difficult. Like these are my favorite type of idol system, just like going to little locations and it's got like lore and stuff and it fits with the theme. But I feel like it's quite difficult and I would be shocked if someone found something. If someone did, like, congrats, but it's difficult, you know, it's hard. And I guess like when it comes to collaborating, be like, hey, like I looked over here and there's nothing. It's just like a little way to build trust. And I think that's a little thing you can do to like help out with people.
But well, since Karen is not here because of CTC things, you'd think that Karen wouldn't be participating at all in this tribal. Nope, not at all. It's like she knew exactly the question I'd be asking her during tribal council today. So before I even utter all the words out, I'm naturally going to ask her if you could compare this tribal council, compare this round to a natural disaster. What would it be? In which she said, Jason Ronci. That is the natural disaster from start to finish. He is a disaster, but then actually a tsunami. We saw the tide going out all day yesterday during the challenge. But still wait for the tsunami to come crashing back and sweep one of us away. Yes, one of you guys are going to be swept away. But with that being said, just the last questions before I let you guys confirm, lock in your votes, or make last minute changes. Raise your hand if you feel like you're on the right side of the votes today. 1, 2, a couple teetering, a couple uncertain, a couple shakes. Raise your hand if you think you're going to be getting votes. Okay, 3. Minor raises 2 hands. Minor's so certain he's getting votes. He's get all the votes. Get all of the votes for Pra too. Raise your hand if you think you're going home. Okay, so a couple teetering, a couple way more hands being risen this tribal than last tribal. I rised their hand last tribal. And okay, well, like the raising.
Time I don't is the one time I'm gonna go home. So I'm raising my hand every fucking time.
As you should. Jake hosted a spelling comp. So, anyways.
And you don't know grammar.
I don't know grammar.
Break me out.
I bet. Well, well, hopefully you guys spelled the name of the person you're voting off correctly, and this is the opportunity for you to do that. Go check your host chats, and if I get all the confirmations that we need, we can go straight into the reading of the votes.
Cool.
Got one.
One season you had 3 names.
Shout out to Corey and CTC. Hope you survive, King. They're doing a 3rd tribal in one night. Excuse me.
It's been done before.
I know, but like, it better not be done in this fucking game. I would have a heart attack.
Well,
feel
Tawny,
like-
I say and I quote, I believe Tawny did say she wants the game to end by Halloween. So like, we on a time crunch.
Oh my god. I
Don't
feel
like
like
that.
because of how many games of Survivor there are nowadays, you gotta make up some really whack twists to just like throw people a curveball.
You do. My favorite was hosting a triple eviction on Tuesday, 2/22/22. It was amazing. And they all voted for it. And they're like, oh, it's all gonna be a double on a Tuesday. I'm like, no, you dumbasses. It was great. I guess is this part where I shout out Nick Manna in my pro chat to be there to translate what I have to say for Tawny, I guess. Nick's all right.
Brian would just willingly-
Oh, shout out Michael Hearn for being my prod guest. Love you,
I'm
babes.
assuming
And I guess we'll tease my other podcast, another New Jersey icon, and that's all you're getting for today still.
Okay, I think everyone has confirmed their votes. Question mark. Okay, but perfect. The one person I was waiting on actually sent it in. If anybody has an advantage or an aisle they would like to play, now's the time to do so. All right. Once I read the votes, the person just has a few moments to gather her, because Karen is still technically eligible to get voted off, or their belongings, walk out to the dock of shame, catch the boat of losers, and then get sent off to Hogwarts or something like that. You weren't. Mute Zach. Deprives them, and confiscates his speaking rights. All right, first vote. Tanner. Second vote. Jake. One vote Tanner, one vote Jake. Second vote. Tanner. Wait, did I just say second vote? I meant third vote. I could spell, but I can't count. Fourth vote. Jake. That's 2 votes Tanner, 2 votes Jake. Next vote. Jake. That's 3 votes Jake, 2 votes Tanner, 2 votes left. The second person voted off as a Spellbound survivor. Jake. That's 4. That is enough. Jake, you can speak your final words if you have any.
No, thanks guys. This was
Way
fun.
to go, Pete.
Good luck. I hope you guys kick ass tomorrow. Please.
Good game,
Salute to you,
Jake.
Jake.
Jake, I love you.
Good game. Bye guys.
Bye.
Jake, no, Pete, way to go.
But regardless, now
That
that
was
you've
That was a good, that worked out.
now that you guys have, one of you guys did this, voted off my namesake, you plebeians. Well, now you
Like,
guys
yeah,
are
who
gonna
crossed
concur.
out the B? Who crossed out the B on
I
that one?
told you I had an ex named Jake. It was me, all right? Fine. I told you this. I'm still bitter.
Well,
It's okay.
regardless,
It's okay, Zach. It still worked out.
But regardless, now you guys are going to concur this Jake's wrath now that you guys voted him off. So good luck and keep your eyes peeled out for what's going on Friday. Head back to camp.